What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishadediva@gmail.com. All right, y'all. So what's up? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. We are back with season 2, episode 26. So I have asked Ali, what is your real name? Aliana, that's so pretty. So I have asked Aliana to come on This Is For My Ladies. I had bartended at one of her, art pop-up event?
Yeah, I called it the Creative Space, but it was just an art event.
Yes, and I just thought that it was so dope. It was just so cute, and just what it represented, just, a whole artistic side, here in the Hampton Roads area. It was at Island Twist, and I just thought that it was just so cute, and just like the whole togetherness of it as far as everybody that came out. Yeah. It was live art. It was dancers. Yeah. What was her name again that was doing the dance and painting at the same time from the Middle Eastern?
Ninar.
Okay, yeah, she was so cute. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So, after the event, I was just like, I definitely want her on This Is For My Ladies, because I believe that with This Is For My Ladies, we need to represent all women of all different cultures, of all different, artistic, creative points and all that stuff. And I just think that she is dope, which I told her to bring some of her portrait, some of her work and all that stuff, so she can definitely showcase it because she is so lit. So just briefly, just tell everybody about yourself, where you're from, what you do, and just all that stuff so people can get to know who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Aliana Hamilton, but all my life I've gone by Ali for short, so that's my nickname. But many people on social media know me as Perla Woods, so you might know me as that too. But I'm a photographer and graphic designer. I'm from Suffolk, Virginia. Out here, 757. But I went to Old Dominion University, and that's where I got my degree in photography. But after I graduated, I also did graphic design as, my general moneymaker.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as that's one of my questions that I had. So for some people who are getting into the photography and the graphic designing, how do people turn, their passion for art into a business? So what advice do you have for those people?
Well, honestly, so I decided to go full force with doing this as a business going on 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July. That I decided to just go and do this strictly self-employed. So this is what I do. Don't have no job.
So you do this full time?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right now, y'all. So don't be asking for nothing for free.
No.
Okay.
I'm past those days.
Yes. But, you say you passed those days. So what was going on during those days when you were doing stuff for free? How was that?
I mean, it was good to get practice and to learn new things when it came to doing business with other people. So I definitely learned a lot, and what I expect and should expect from, doing business with people and expect from them as well as myself.
Your expectations as a professional.
Yeah, so I really had to buckle down on myself to know my worth so that I could charge what I do deserve. And also, doing things for free, it can be a good thing too. I will still do some stuff for free, if I feel like it'll benefit me. But back then, I was just, I wasn't charging. I didn't know what to charge, and I felt really uncomfortable, telling somebody a price. And I still do now. There's still a little.
Where do you think that comes from? Because I think people, especially women in business, they don't want to be like, okay, this is a $2,000 job, but I'm a
Yeah.
lowball and just tell them like, oh, just give me $250. Like, so
Yeah.
what do you say for those people who are literally like lowballing themselves?
You gotta face your fears. Like, even if it's just you being afraid of the dark and you facing that, because getting past everything that's holding you back, it has to do with a fear. So
Absolutely.
facing my fears is what led me to be strong and be able to be stern and confident, and really start charging people what I deserve. And the confidence is another key, but I feel like,
Speaking of confidence.
yeah. Yes.
Speaking of confidence, so you define yourself as a female conceptual artist. Like, explain to people like what that is, because I know people probably look at your page and be like, "Oh, she is naked with a whole unicorn head on." Like, what is that? So explain, like, what that is.
Okay, so a conceptual artist, which is what I describe myself as, everything that I create has a meaning. So there's a concept behind everything I do, and the way that I do it, and the way that I present it. Like, it's all conceptual. So that's why I do consider myself a conceptual artist, because I'm not just doing this just to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I have a meaning. Like, I'm expressing myself.
Okay.
So, like, everything that I create, if it's with another person or, my self-portraits, definitely, like, everything. It's not just, to show people my body or just to post it on Instagram. Like, it actually has a meaning, and, it's me facing my fears.
Okay.
Like, that's my biggest pusher, like, within myself, is to, break out of a shell or break out of an oppression that I might be holding within. So.
Got you. So you say, getting over your fears. What would you say, those fears were or are for you?
To be honest, they change. Like, and it wasn't something that I actually like was conscious of for a while, but now I am. So, my self-portraits, they all began with my fear of leaving the person I was with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in love with that person for a long time. But it was finally, like, I finally had reached that point where, I fell out of love. And I didn't know, how to express that or how to feel about that. I felt very liberated, but
it's all about being liberated. Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot.
It was very different. And another fear is just being open to, and also expressing myself through words. Like, growing up, I was never one to really talk about how I felt. So I would keep a lot of my emotions and a lot of my feelings, I would keep them in.
When your birthday?
October. I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay.
October 8th.
Okay. Shout out to Tiana. Tiana's a Libra too. Yeah. That's one of our like reoccurring guest hosts that comes on and all that stuff. So yeah, so shout out to Tiana, who's a Libra as well. So you said that you kind of had problems like expressing yourself and, expressing your feelings and your emotions.
Exactly.
Is that just a problem that you had, or just kind of you just decided to just kind of hold it in?
No, it was a problem. It was a problem. I knew it was a problem. Everybody around me knew it was a problem, and I would hear it all the time, and I'm just like, I know.
So you allow your art to kind of get you out of that, like you said, out of your shell.
Exactly.
So what has your art, and you being a photographer and a graphic designer, what has that done for you?
It's made me who I am. Like, it's given me confidence. It's taught me so many like life lessons that I would have never known about if it wasn't for my art. Like, just being free and what freedom really is and what success is and what I believe in. Like, I didn't know, like, growing up, I didn't know what I believed in. And then once I started doing art, that's when, matter of fact, once I started to learn how to be conceptual with my art, that's when I started to learn, like, well, what is it I believe in? And I'm, reading into what I'm creating, and I'm asking myself, why am I creating this? Why am
Why
I
is
doing
it this way?
exactly? Yeah,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
exactly? So it's just started teaching me just so much, not even about myself, but about the world, and
And that's the most important thing. Once you
yeah,
understand, it's just like
yeah,
how the world thinks. So yeah. So I asked you to bring some of your art. So you said that a lot of being a conceptual artist, it has a meaning. So I seen that with the red and all that stuff. So just explain like what each portrait and everything means to you.
Okay, so this big photo right here, that's titled Blood, and what led me to create that is our menstruation. So the pain and the agony that that comes with that, like it was just one day. Oh my gosh, the cramps were so bad. They were unbearable. Like I could not take it. I didn't know what to do. I took medicine. They weren't kicking in. The only thing that I could do was write. I wrote a poem.
No, it'd be like that. It
Yes.
really be like that.
Yes, I'm like,
What is this? What is this that I'm feeling? These cramps deep inside.
Yes, exactly.
So I definitely get you, girl.
Yes. So, um, our natural bodies and just our sacrifices that we go through, that's what led me to create the blood photo. But the meaning behind it was kind of just me basking in the pain, basking in not just menstruation pain, but the pain that I endure from, all kinds of stuff like depression and just life and
Gotcha.
growing.
Yes, I think it's beautiful. Have you heard of the Diva Cup?
Yeah.
Girl, that is. I
That's
am
what
like
you-
a Diva Cup advocate. Like,
that's
I
great.
need to be an affiliated marketer for Diva Cup. Let me go ahead and manifest that and shout that out, okay?
Yes, for real.
But yes, so this one, like, were you literally hanging out the window on this one?
Yes, I'm literally hanging out the window, and I'm up 4 stories. So
How did you get that? Was that drone?
no, so this is my bedroom window,
Okay.
and then my balcony is right here.
Oh, got you. So you was able to set it something.
Yeah, so actually I had my sister help me with this one.
Okay.
So I basically, got her set up, told her exactly what to do. It took a while to get it right, but, she was like hanging out of the window. I mean, hanging over the balcony with my camera. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
So explain this one. What is this one? What does this say to you?
Yeah, so all last year I kind of was I was afraid of death. And it was like a reoccurring concept to me. Like, why am I it's just popping up to me? Like, I'm just afraid that my time is almost ending.
Really?
I didn't know why or what it was, and I took this one after that. So going back to this one, I was starting to develop an even deeper concept because I'm like, this is before before the death. This is me facing my fears of death. Like,
do you think that with as far as not like a physical death as in physically dying, do you think death of like dreams, if you don't step out, if you don't stay true to yourself, like that is gonna die? Like I'm reading this book by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it talks about, it's called Big Magic, and it talks about ideas. When ideas come to us and all that stuff, an idea dwells and stays with us, and it stays with us until we actually get that idea out or it dies.
Wow.
And the idea goes into somebody else. So that's why a lot of people kind of, dang, I was thinking that somebody put that out. Like that idea came to you for to do it, but you didn't embrace the idea, so that death to the idea. So do you think it could kind of be something like that?
Now that you're saying that, I mean, I definitely think like that is very meaningful to my life for real.
Yeah.
And my art.
Yes. So now this one with the bees, I love this one.
Thank you. So this one, I actually had a few dreams, or like during meditation, like sometimes I have images pop up, and I had this like it almost looked like a logo, but it was a symbol, and it was in the shape of a bee. And I had ended up drawing it, and then
so you draw too?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And so I drew it out, and it was just in my notebook. And then I guess months later, the same thing happened because I ended up drawing it again. And I didn't know that I drew it twice until one day I was just going through my notebook, and I'm like, oh my god,
following up, going back, backtracking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the symbols were different, but they were very similar. And I was like, dang. So I remember that first time it popped in my head, and I'm like, I feel like I need to do something, I need to just look into the whole bees. Like, I need to look into that.
Was it like a spirit animal type thing?
I think so, especially because it came to me, like, just randomly. So, when I started hearing about the endangerment of bees, like,
oh, wow.
I felt so passionate in that crisis because I almost, like, was going into depression. Like, I was just freaking out. Like, I needed to do something, but I can't do anything. And I'm just over the world. Like, I'm just over everybody. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Did you hear something about, like, with the endangerment of bees? Like, if there's no more bees, like, the humans could die. Like, did you hear something like that?
Because they pollinate, with their pollination, they help, crops and flowers and vegetables. They help them grow. And what's killing off all of the bees are the pesticides that farmers use.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
That is, makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
just the whole thing or whatever. Yeah. So, how do you, from, like the whole blood and, your fear of death and then like the bees and meditation. Well, you said that it came, some concepts come to you through meditation.
Yeah.
So explain like your meditation process. Like, how do you get in meditation?
So I have a couple different ways. At least like the way that my stance is. So sometimes I'll meditate right before bed. While laying down before I fall asleep, I'll meditate. Or, I'll just sit there, just like, a Buddhist sits there and exactly. So, I do guided meditation sometimes.
Explain guided meditation.
So if you like just look up guided meditation, you can find videos with somebody who's actually walking you through, getting in.
So like take deeper breaths.
Exactly.
Do you see that tree?
Yeah.
Okay, now walk to that tree.
Exactly, yes.
Give that tree a hug. How does that make you feel?
Exactly.
Guided meditation.
Yeah.
I could probably be a guided meditation instructor.
Yes, that would be dope.
But yeah.
For real.
Yes. So as far as through meditation and you, so my question was, so explain your artistic viewpoint or appreciation, for concepts that come to you. Like, like I stated that, if people take a look at your, your profile on Instagram, they get, to me, like, I don't want to say like feminist, but it's just so woman, so like so empowered. It's felt like, when I look at your stuff, I'm like, ooh, that look good. I want to take a picture like that.
I'm glad you said that because I haven't heard that, but that makes me happy. So.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at it, it's just so, I feel like I can see stuff and I can appreciate, the idea behind it, because again, when you see things, it's just like, what you probably explain is like, I might didn't see it that way. So different perspectives, which is amazing. Yeah. So even with nudity and everything. So like, explain like your viewpoint and your appreciation just for your body and just for nudity.
Yeah. So, back when I did start my self-portraits, when I broke up with my ex, I was feeling, like I said before, I was feeling very liberated, and I was feeling free. So my concept behind the self-portraits were all about my freedom and me actually being free. So, I almost forgot the question.
Oh, yeah, it was just saying, explain your appreciation and your viewpoint for your body and the nudity and all that stuff.
That's pretty much it. It's just about, being free and I feel like facing your fears is what will bring you to freedom. So like when it did come to or does come to my concepts, fear is one of my biggest factors when developing them too. Because so when I was in college and I had this one photography teacher who would push us to do something that we were afraid of. So my thing was like approaching people and shooting outside and shooting with people or shooting people. But let me say photographing people, not shooting.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that is like one of the biggest factors when it comes to me, developing those concepts is just to face my fears. So, I mean, being photographed naked or being nude, period, like I've been afraid of that at one point in my life.
Really? You wouldn't even be able to tell, girl.
Right.
I mean, I was just like, she is just out there. Yes. Okay.
So, yeah, when I did first overcome that or like experience me facing my fears for my art, I experienced the biggest growth ever. Like I was just like, wow,
I can talk and perch any damn body. You heard me?
Oh, word. See, I'm not. I'm better at it now.
Okay.
Back then I was like,
no.
And then I got turned down too. Like I approached somebody, was like, "Can I take your picture?" He was like, "Hell no."
Oh damn.
I was like,
wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the biggest growth I've experienced, the biggest growth when it came to facing my fears. So that's what I appreciate most about, or that's the reason why I do it. I feel passionate to do it.
Awesome. So you're currently in a relationship now, right?
Yes.
So how does, your partner, your significant other, your man, how does he feel about like, the nudity and the photos that you post on social media? Like, is he able to respect it from as just you being an artist?
Yeah.
Like, so how is that?
Yeah, he definitely he respects it. He's all for it for real. And the thing is, like, before we was together, I was doing this. So he already knew what he was getting himself into. Like, before we was actually in a committed relationship, we was just dating. He was going he was going through that already. So he was seeing what I was doing. And he was having to deal with it because he wasn't my man. So it's not like I needed permission to do it.
Right, exactly.
So now, he respect. He pushes me to,
your biggest fan, your supporter, your cheerleader,
exactly,
as it should be. So, ladies, do you hear that?
Yes.
Don't get
let man hold you back. Okay,
go ahead.
Do not let them hold you back. If you want to do something and your man ain't letting you do it, you might not be with the right man.
Exactly, because that's like a form of control.
It is.
And that is like kind of like narcissistic behaviors.
Is.
So you want to make sure that no matter what it is, your talents and what it is that you do, your partner is supporting you, okay? And not putting you down and all of that stuff or whatever. And so
I did deal with that with my ex that I was talking about.
Okay, so that's where a lot of the liberation probably came from, of just like having that person kind of trying to control your life. Yeah. That's sometimes I feel like that's a nigga being a hater.
For real though. You would think so.
Yes, because niggas really be hating on their girls. I
swear they do though.
Yes, they really do. They be trying to act like they don't, but niggas be hating. I had a nigga that was hating on my ass last night. But yeah, it's just like I felt like you're trying to, downplay and take away my experiences and what I've been through and all that stuff. Yeah. That's what shapes me and make me me. You can't project how you feel on me, and you don't even know me. Like you don't even know me. So anyway, but yeah. Word. So ladies, don't be with no man that's trying to control you. So note that, okay? So part of meditation and all that stuff, how do you come up with your ideas and your concepts for your, for your self portraits, for, photos of other people,
Yeah.
and you do like creative directing for videos,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So how do you come up with those concepts? Like, where did those come from?
Like, they're all based off of my life experiences. Like, literally, it might sound cliche, but that's literally where they come from. Like, the things that I go through, they are my inspiration for my art, and just things in general. Just like the bees. I mean, me just feeling bad about the bees, or I'll even show you like my plastic bag photo. This was like, I thought about this because
Oh, yes.
I felt bad about plastic bags.
Like with being in the ocean and all of that stuff.
Yeah, just recycling, and the fact that if you don't recycle, like, they won't disintegrate. So, like,
wow.
And I didn't.
How long was you in that plastic bag?
Girl, I'm not gonna lie, I almost suffocated myself. I almost died.
Girl, she was doing it for the art. Like,
Yes.
sometimes you put yourself through things. Like, I tell people all the time, it's just like, sometimes I purposely put myself in situations just so that I can learn a lesson from it. I can get something from it. I can have the experience. I can say I did it. I can, educate others. Like, so.
And for real, like, that is a great thing to do, because that means you are conscious of, the things that you need to deal with or get over.
Exactly.
Just you making the conscious decision to get over it. Like, you're taking action towards that.
Right. So conceptual, I like that. So always having like a meaning.
Yeah.
So what gives you inspiration? Like, what inspires you?
I feel like the biggest thing that inspires me is growth. Like, what I was, or the way that I was a year ago or 2 years ago and 10 years ago, is a totally different. Like, I'm still the same person, but I've just grown, I've grown so much that I just want to keep going. Like, I want to tackle anything and everything that's holding me back.
Absolutely. I mean, me personally, as far as like with growth inspiring you, if we don't grow, you die. You're dead.
Exactly.
Fear. Like, like, if you're not, again, putting yourself in that situations to face your fears and all of that stuff, you stay stagnant.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody wants to stay in the same place. Like, you don't want to look back 10 years ago, almost 20 years ago. And all. How old are you?
26.
Yeah, but you don't want to go back 10 years ago and just been like, you know what, at 36, and like, you know what, I had all these ideas. I had all these things that I always wanted to do. Now I'm 36 years old. Like, and then, sometimes people get that age and be feeling like they too old to do anything.
Yeah.
So, y'all, make sure that y'all are living y'all best life and y'all are going after everything that it is that you want to do. Because, again, growth should just always be your number one priority.
We are on Earth to evolve. Like, that's one of the biggest, things about life. Like, everything on this Earth grows and evolves. And
absolutely.
we should be doing the same thing.
Absolutely. I mean, every day, we should just always be growing and wanting to be our best. So with your, as a conceptual artist, what message do, you want to portray through your art? Like, through who, your graphic designs, what is it that you want to relay to your target audience?
I mean, everything that I've been talking about, for real. Like, facing your fears, growing. With each photograph, I do try to put out a specific message, but in the end, like, the overall message is to, face your fears. And I'm just real raw. I put everything out there. Like, I put my life out there with my photographs, and I just want people to be inspired to grow themselves and to just live their lives fully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you said a female conceptual artist or whatever. So, what do other women think about your art and how you choose to display yourself and your artistic world and all that stuff?
Now, I mean, I get half and half. I feel like I get a lot. Matter of fact, no, I get way more positive feedback than I do negative. There'll probably be 5% negative that I'll get, but I've came to the point where it doesn't faze me, and I can just ignore it. But
what has some of the negative things that people have like projected on you as far as what you do and or
just,
how you do
yeah,
it?
why am I doing it? It's for attention. Talk about my body type. Like that's probably one of the biggest things. Like people talking about the way my body looks, and I just feel like they're hating because I'm not gonna post no photo on the internet if I don't
you won't feel like it look good.
Right. So I know you gotta be hating. Like,
right.
The reason you're mad is not because of how my body looks.
It's because like Isha said on like last week, they probably want to do it and they can't do it, or so it's like they try to project how they feel on you.
Yes.
Like,
and that's what it is, 100%.
And that's some hating ass shit.
Like I have gone through it.
Yeah, really. What happened? What happened?
So I've had friends who were my friends, but I post a self-portrait and all of a sudden they talking shit about me.
Really?
I have gotten...
Lordy. Go ahead.
Look, that was a sign to not talk about it.
No, it ain't.
But no, I have, I've received voice messages from somebody recording another person talking shit about me.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God. And it's somebody that you know, like one of your friends?
It was a friend.
Do they know that you got that?
Yeah,
that you
they
heard
do.
It?
I mean, we ain't friends now. So
yeah,
I
of course.
definitely, as soon as I had that, I mean, I'm like, I get straight to the point. Like, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to be petty. I'm not going to be an asshole like I really want to be. And I'm going to just be straight with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is just phone going dead and everything. See, you know what, Mark? You supposed to been here. You supposed to be here. I'm struggling. I can't give my audience what they need because I'm in here trying to go live on my phone, and I'm supposed to be having the actual camcorder in here. But it's okay. It's okay.
I could have hooked up my camera.
You know what? You about to be replaced. Who run the world? Girls. We do. So, but no, like this is for my ladies. Definitely, came about because for years I just been wanting to connect with women and just, art women, fashion, videographers, directors, and different stuff or whatever because, and it definitely came like, during the Beyonce, the B formation era because it's just like, why aren't we, reaching out to other women that are different from us just to understand, like, and getting to know women and creating and networking and all of that stuff or whatever, just being a support. Just being a support. Like one of my episodes, I talk about surviving family, and with surviving family, surviving like the black community, surviving black women, because we can be some of the nastiest, most savage creatures beings ever.
That's what I feel like. That's where the disconnect was, because I feel like there wasn't any women unity until like the past couple years. Like before then, I didn't have women friends for real. Like I was uncomfortable, being around other women
But that's just not you. There's a lot of women who are like that because of the relationships that they have with women and being talked about behind their back and all of that different stuff. So it's just like we have definitely created this kind of like a betrayal type thing. Like how you my friend in my face, but then behind my back you're talking about me. Like you don't have the balls to come and sit down and say that shit to my goddamn face so you can get smacked the fuck up. But absolutely, definitely.
Came a long way.
So I definitely asked you, how do artists turn their passion into like a business? So we definitely talked about that. So yes, so talk about your event, the first event that
Yeah.
I was bartending for you, fucking up them
Yes.
lemon drops in the beginning.
So
But yes, so like it was like a virgin, right?
yeah, so Like a Virgin was my very first event that I've ever did. I did that in 2000. What year is it? 2019 now.
Yeah.
I want to say 2016 or 2017 is when I put that on, and Like a Virgin came because I wanted to do all women artists, just like it was at the Creative Space.
Yes, I love
So
that.
it was, oh my gosh, that event was so amazing.
It really was. I
Yeah.
mean, you had women, get Yanni popping. I mean, literally people drawing, like creating art, painting art from start to finish. Like,
Yeah.
you come in, people with their blank canvases, and by the end of the event, you have, everything. I was just
Yeah.
thought that was so amazing. Like, it
Yeah,
was
and
just so.
that's really what I wanted for the creative space. Like I wanted to be an actual creative space where artists come just to vibe or create or see other art.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was art selling, all type of stuff or
Yeah.
whatever. People displaying their art, people creating art. So I just thought that was the bomb.
Yes,
Like,
thank
I
you.
love that.
Thank you.
Love, 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 love that. So when is the next event?
Well, so my original plan was to do them, consecutively. It was definitely a lot more energy than I anticipated, but I should have known that because it wasn't my first event. But so the past couple of years, I have kind of been like all over the place because I do so many different things. I didn't really have a focus on one thing. Like I was doing all of these things, but not focusing on one avenue or one thing that I really want to push and do, which is my art and my photography. Like that's what I really want to do. So right now, I'm at the point where I'm giving my 100% to this right here.
Yeah, so I saw you. You just had a behind the scenes shoot, and I watched your live story where you were creating like the headband with the horn, and then I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. So, what is your inspiration behind the project that you probably? When are you going to be releasing that? And what is the inspiration behind it?
I might release it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all heard that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm a perfectionist. Like I will work on a single photo for days. Like I'll keep nitpicking until I'm 100% satisfied. So sometimes it does take me a while before I put stuff out because I don't want to just put it out there. Like it has to be. I have to be. I have to feel good about it.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
So I take my time, and I have no problem with taking my time. So and then I also like to have a backup of stuff. So I'm not gonna put photos out until I already have some other photos done.
Gotcha.
To put out too.
Absolutely.
Because I just want to maintain the consistency and keep going because I just need that backup, and it makes things a lot, like it takes a lot of stress off of me because I don't feel like I have to, I need something to do. I need to put something out like soon. So I'm just working on a series, and the series is about me going through the balance of my light and my shadow, like my inner light and shadow.
Yeah, because when you was making them horns, I was like, I don't know about this one.
See, and I feel like
this
lot of
seems
people,
like a little demonic,
yes,
but that's what some people, project. They'll see something and all that stuff, but people don't understand. We have been in those dark places.
Exactly.
We go to those dark places. Like, when you're being negative, bitch, you're in a dark-ass fucking place right now. Yeah. Like, that is the devil with the fucking horns. Because you're being negative right now with your goddamn demon-fied ass.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to, for real, like, normalize the fact that we do have shadows. Like, we all have them. And I've had to accept my own. I've had to accept the fact that I'm not all light. Like, the past couple years, ever since I started, this whole spiritual journey of my own, like becoming, with all like my art, my self portraits, I was just all about the light, all about freedom and all about, just being better. But I wasn't really facing my, like, not my fears, but I wasn't really facing, what the things that I haven't paid attention to. Like,
suppressing different type of stuff or whatever,
exactly.
different feelings, different energies and all of that stuff. So, and that was good. You said that you haven't always been light. So explain that, like go into that, like you not having always, being light.
Yeah. So, I'd say like when it came to not being able to talk, a lot of the things that I would go through, like as a child, and the things that I would see that, or like experience that I knew, just wasn't right. Like it wasn't right. It shouldn't have happened.
Are you able to talk about those things? Are you able to talk about it? Are you in a space to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I can. I haven't like talked about it.
Okay.
Like that. But just like what's the word? What is the word? When people touch you and
molested.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we talked about that on my surviving family.
Okay.
Surviving family. Like I was molested by one of my female cousins, like, at a very young age.
Yeah.
And knowing that it wasn't right, but also not knowing how to just be like, this is wrong. Like I'm a kid, I'm a child and all that stuff.
So that's something like I'm still, well, no, I'm going to say that I have kind of like gotten over. Like I was in preschool when I had a classmate, and she was kind of like a bully, and she would just touch me and two other girls. Like,
wow.
Just all the time. And
she probably was being touched and dominated and molested and raped and all that stuff. So just taking it, and I had made a post about how, some kids are R. Kelly's. And all that stuff or whatever, and we turn a blind eye or just be like, just dismiss it, like don't hang with her and all that stuff. So I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Thank you.
I'm really sorry that happened to you, but I am glad that you have come to a space where you can address it, no longer suppressing that, and again walking in the shadow and all that stuff or whatever.
Because for a long time I would think I had a problem because I'm like, the way, like I've experienced, even as adult, like I've experienced it, but the way that I feel, I'm just like, I know this ain't right. I didn't like it, but it, I felt some kind of way internally, like, do I like this?
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, I don't know, it's a weird thing it's a weird concept to grasp for real.
Yeah.
But
do you think that sometimes, like, how things that we have been exposed to and experienced as a child kind of plays like how we are in our adulthood?
Yeah, definitely.
Things that we like, things that we may want to try.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree, because I was like, maybe I'm a little bit curious. And I like bitches a little bit.
For real, because like these, like the older I get, the more I do find myself, attracted to women or girls, and I mean it could have been because this little girl was touching me. And
exactly.
I felt some kind of way about it, but in a way, it was turning me on.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I didn't know like what those feelings were.
Right.
I'm just like, this is something I've never felt. And now I'm into exploring.
Of course. I think we have all went through those phases where we explored the little things.
Yes.
But yes, so reinventing yourself. Definitely want to go and talk about that. So now, your profiles, your platforms, you are promoting, you have reinvented yourself to Ollie Art.
Yeah.
You have kind of dropped the Pearl of Woods. I've read your Insta story and just basically, your stance on like smoking and tobacco and all that stuff. So just explain for those people who have seen that, for your audience and all that stuff or whatever. Explain, where Pearl of Woods came. Girl, you're so fine. You are so fine.
So,
but explain where Pearl of Woods came from, the reason behind elevating from that, and your stance on, like maybe not using tobacco products and smoking and all that stuff.
So, Pearl of Woods, which was my alias for Instagram and social media, period. That came from the fact that I smoked a lot of weed. Like, all the time. I was
Girl, I thought that was your real name when I first...
People call me, like, people think that.
Yes,
they
I
really
was like, but then I was just like, oh, yeah, nah, she know how to roll one.
Yes, I really do. Still do. Pearl them Woods. I started off with, the cigarillos, and then I moved to backwoods. And once I moved to backwoods...
it was a wrap for them cigarillos.
Yeah,
like,
I was
trying to bust them things open and, no.
Even though, it's much faster than rolling backwood. But once I learned how to roll a backwood for myself...
Who taught you how to roll backwoods?
I taught myself.
I did too. And I was just
deadass.
like, if I learn how to roll, I already know it's going to be a wrap because I don't need you niggas.
Yeah,
I ain't got to come and smoke your shit no more.
And let me tell you, I learned how to roll a backwood. I was driving and rolling. So I was on my way to yoga, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to smoke before I go to yoga. And I was living at home. Like, I had just graduated, so I was living back at home, and I couldn't smoke in the house or anything, so I had to smoke on my way to yoga. So I'm like, I didn't want to smoke no paper, or not the cigarillos, because I was like, I was in a space where I was starting to, grow health-wise. So I'm like, fuck the cancer paper. I'm going to get a leaf because I feel like it's much better than smoking these shits. So I was on my way to yoga in the car, and I'm sitting there driving with my knee rolling. But I got it. I was like, oh, shit. It was a little loose.
Pearl of Woods is born.
Yes. So, yes, that's where Pearl of Woods came from, because I do Pearl the Woods. But now I'm at the point where I'm totally against tobacco. Like, fuck tobacco products, fuck cigarettes, fuck backwoods, fuck anything that has to do with the fucking cancer. The shit that can cause cancer. I mean, it's a lot of other things that cause
cancers, but yeah, just as far as that, definitely.
Now,
what
marijuana,
did you find out about? I mean, of course we knew that it was, cancer, but what brought you to that point where you was just like, I'm dropping this Pearl of Woods. That's not.
I think it's because, like, my boyfriend, he has been smoking cigarettes. Like, and I can see that he's addicted to them. And it bothers me so much. Actually, I don't show that it bothers me so much, but it does. Like, I don't really fuck with it at all. I don't fuck with it at all.
Gotcha.
So
I dated this guy that smoked cigarettes, and he was just so cute. And although I really, really hated it, and I hate the smell, and it was so disgusting, I was like, okay, I think I can deal with a cigarette smoker. But then I was just like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you stink.
Yeah, but you know what? It was, like, almost to the point where if I smelled cigarettes on him, I would still be, like, attracted, physically attracted. I'm just like,
girl, that's like when you can smell that whiskey on a man breath. Ooh, blow your breath in my face.
I was literally like,
blow your breath in my face.
Like,
I can smell that Hennessy on them lips.
I was really attracted to the cigarette smoke on him, like the smell of it, just him. I know if it was somebody else, it wouldn't be the case.
Right.
Yes. So
as far as like the actual weed, are you still like, do you smoke out of a bong or?
So I don't have a bong, but I do prefer glass. So I'm trying to be all glass and edibles. So I fucks with the edibles really hard. And I'm actually developing a tea line too. So that will be out very, very soon.
Good. So it's so funny. So I had some weed from somebody and cashed out. And in the description, it was like herbal tea. He was like, Queen, I fuck with that.
Oh my gosh. See, that's why I need to hurry up and go ahead and put it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that you should.
Yeah.
girl.
So
do the damn thing.
I dropped the Woods and Perla Woods, but I'm still gonna keep Perla, and my tea is gonna be called Perla's tea.
That's so cute.
Thank you.
That's so cute. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. That was definitely one of the questions. So yeah. That's all the questions that I have. So you were just recently in a magazine.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was cool. I fucks with it.
How did that come about?
They actually reached out to me. So yeah, they reached out to me, and the article that her name was Corinne, she wrote about me. It was, or no, Corinne I'm so bad with names, so y'all excuse me. But Illustratic Magazine is what it was called.
Okay.
The issue was
so shout out to them. Okay.
Yes. Thank you guys. So the January edition is the one. Issue is the one that I was in. But yeah, the article was it was perfect. Like, y'all got to go take a read, and it definitely like covered a lot. Like, if you need a basic introduction of me, like, you can go read that, and hopefully you gain some inspiration.
Absolutely. And that's just all it's about. It's just, this is for my ladies. This is where, women can come and get inspired by other women who are in their fields, or just to come and just get inspired by just things that you say, being liberated, leaving toxic relationships and just the freeness of it and all that stuff. And just, again, both walking in your light and also embracing the dark and all of that stuff or whatever. Because, it's just unbalanced if you're just always, here, and then you just like, because now you don't know how to deal with certain things.
Unbalanced.
So very unbalanced, and we know that's not healthy.
Yes.
So I saw on your Insta story about the Netflix reality show Tidying Up.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck she talking about? Let me look at this.
Did you go watch it?
I watched it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. So what is it about that you like? I was just like...
Yes, that first episode, like, for some reason, it really, like, just sparked something within me. I was like, it blew my mind. I'm just like, I, like, just did a switch, like, a flip. Like, I have been in this, like, low-key depression. I ain't gonna look at it like that.
Claim it, but yeah.
No, it was a depression. I don't want to, like, minimize it. It's been a depression. So that was, like, I was already starting to come out of it, but when I saw that, like, it just brought me out instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were going through a depression. What was that? What were you feeling? What were you going through and experiencing?
It's like just been this lingering feeling over me, and it's like this right here. Like what I've been talking about, this whole like fear of death and fear of dying, or feeling like I'm about to die, or like, it's been a little scary, like, and unsettling. Really? And I don't really know where it's been coming from, but I've had to come out of it by realizing that I need to be creating.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
because how I feel about my menses or menstruation and all that stuff or whatever, which I had to really... As a woman, we really need to know and understand our bodies and the functionality of it and what it does and all that stuff or whatever. Exactly. So,
and my body was a thing that led me to realize what that is. And a lot of times it is my body. Like, if you feel like certain stresses somewhere, I would just go research, like, the reasoning behind, whatever's going on. And that will just give me everything I need to know. I'm just like,
absolutely. Yes. And about the blood photo, I had just looked up, as far as like menstruations and how long does they really supposed to last, and heavy flows and light flows and all that different stuff or whatever. And I came across something that is so interesting, and how it allowed me to embrace having my period and having my cycle, because it's like, we are women that can bleed and not die. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can bleed and not die. We can now, it's just like, I look at my period as a celebration.
Yeah.
Of celebrating of new ideas, celebrating of new, being more creative, and
new
that's
period,
why
like
new period, exactly.
Look,
new period, exactly. Just a new period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So, which is like again, like I had to really like embrace that, and it's just like. Once I really, really, and like you said, you created that, it came, you felt like you were dying because something you had to create.
Yeah.
You were birthing something new in you. Something was coming up, in you, and you're just, letting it flow and all that stuff. Like you had to do something or whatever. Yeah. And then you seeing tidying up, and you just like, okay, you know what? This could come from, being, because tidying up, if you see it, watch it on Netflix, is about, like you said, find joy and organizing and getting your life together.
It's basically like the items in your house, every item in your house should bring you joy. So you should not have anything in there that does not give you any kind of sparking inside. Yeah. So after I watched that, I'm like, dang. And like I'm kind of like I'm not dirty, but I have a lot of stuff.
Yes, girl,
and
me
it's just
too.
Stuff.
Me
just
too.
Stuff. Period.
Yeah.
Like has no meaning behind it. So after watching that, I'm like, damn, I need to go through my shit.
Did you?
Yes.
Have you?
I've done the
really?
I've done the clothes part technique.
Wow. Okay. Putting it all on the bed and going through it and thinking like,
that.
you know what? Thank you,
did.
Scarf,
I did
for
that.
keeping my neck warm.
Yes.
But I did say I wanted to try that. When I did watch it, although I didn't watch all of it, I was like, you know what? And I was talking to one of my girlfriends on the phone. I was just like, that really didn't sound like a bad idea. Just putting everything out and just getting rid of it. Because honestly, on some real shit, I got some cute little stuff that I'm going to put on OfferUp and some couple pairs and stuff.
Yes,
like make a little
real.
money.
When I
Debt-free journey.
In my drawers, I had 2 closets filled up with clothes. My closet and my second bedroom closet. I had all my drawers filled up to the point where
you can't put nothing in there. Nothing can fit. Nothing has no place to go anymore.
Exactly. Plus, I have 3 hampers of clothes that I need to wash. So if I was to wash those clothes, there still is not room for those clothes because everything is already filled up.
Right.
I went through my stuff and I got rid of 4 big old bags of clothes.
Normally, I take my stuff to like the Goodwill thrift store and get a little tax write-off.
Yeah, that's what I did. Stuff. Well, that's what I do.
Yeah,
I did that.
yeah.
So yeah.
So how did you feel after how long did it take and how did you feel after?
It took 3 days altogether.
Wow. Oh, you were dedicated and consistent with it. You was not playing.
Yeah.
So now how do you feel now that your space is a little tidied up?
It's not all the way there yet.
Okay.
But my clothes are. Honestly, like I felt more fearless. Like I went to sleep that night. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I'll be afraid of the dark.
Really?
To the point like I know it's a problem. When that first day when I went through all of my stuff and I got to a stopping point where I had most of my stuff gone, I wasn't afraid. I was like, oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah.
That is serious.
Yes.
Y'all need to goddamn watch tidying up and clean y'all shit, all right? Cleaning out the closet. Said, I'm sorry, mama.
It's so crazy, like.
Yes, that's awesome. I definitely want to do that. So, and I have the time. Like, I have days where I can definitely take 2-3 days and clean up my stuff or whatever. But after watching it, like the same day that you said that, it's just, that's how you know people are watching you and paying attention. Because that same day that you had put that up there, I'm watching Netflix and there it is. I'm like, that's what she was talking about. Let me see what it is. Oh, it's some little Japanese lady, like, you know.
Like, for real, like I just put it on. I was just like, I'm gonna just click this. I was doing some work and I'm like, I'm gonna just let this play in the background. And then I didn't even do no work. I just
start tuning in.
Yeah, and I just saw like her greeting the house, I'm just like, oh snap,
Yeah.
she's treating the house like an energy.
Yes.
And I'm just that really
Yes.
sparked me too. I'm just like, dang.
Because it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. No matter where you go into, that's like, when I pray or whatever, I pray like, Lord, as soon as my feet touch the pavement and touch the ground, change the energy of the place before I even walk into the room. I literally be praying that no matter where I go, like shake the foundation, change the energy, allow it to welcome me as I welcome it or whatever. Like those are just my prayers anytime I go in any place and anywhere, especially when I know I'm going to be interacting with people, when I know I'm going to be speaking. So it's just like it's always received and never coming from a place of malice or judgment and all of that stuff. Like,
and
so
that's a good thing. 'Cause like I'll do like meditation or like I'll just kind of center myself in that same concept. When I am about to like go out and have to interact and stuff.
Absolutely. I love it. I definitely love it. Do you have anything else that you want to show or tell, people how they can get in contact with you or?
I did have some other photographs.
Yes, pull them out. We want to see.
This one is like a lot of people's favorites. This is my
yes. Picture. How did you jump?
Okay, so it was all photoshopped.
Let me save this real quick. Oh no.
So yeah, I did it all through Photoshop.
Really? So my phone went dead, but so you said you photoshopped?
Yeah. So so this is 3 pictures basically photoshopped together. One picture I was standing up on a stool, and that's where my top half of my body came up. My bottom half, my boyfriend actually picked me up, and I took a picture like that and photoshopped my bottom half. And then I took a picture of just the scene without me in it.
Wow, really? Yeah. That is awesome. I was talking to my best friend today. And I was like, yeah, I got a girl, Ollie, she's coming on. I was like, bitch, she got pictures of her levitating and everything. And I sent her, your profile and all this. I'm like, definitely check her out because I think that she's dope. And like, when I appreciate something, it's just like I want everybody to appreciate it just as much as I do. And that's why I definitely wanted to have you, up here because I like to, people who I admire. And you be like, sometimes people be like, you don't even know me like that. And girl, you only met me one time. I'm like, no, girl, I admire you and what you do and all that stuff or whatever. So I was like, with season 2, I was like, I have to have her, on my show and all that stuff because I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
I really do. And I definitely want to invite you back to come on This Is For My Ladies and to share anything that you have going on when you get everything with your dates for the events and all that stuff or whatever. Like, definitely come back, promote and all that stuff, talk about it. You can even come back and talk about, tonight, if you do launch it, like the new series.
I like this. I mean, I hope it does, do a big, like, just grabs a lot of people's attention. But my next photograph.
Oh, you want it already, huh?
Yeah, it's over the top, like over the top.
Really? How did you come up with that idea for that? Where did that come from?
I mean, really the same concept with the whole balancing the light and the shadows. Like, at first I was just, just introducing people to the dark, the dark side, the shadows. But, like, not evil or demonic. I don't want people to think that
but
way.
You know what? We had somebody to look up demonic on our last show. And you know what? It's not even how we think it is. Yeah. It's really not how we think it is. We have been told, my phone is dead, so I can't even look it up. But we have been told, like, so, with demonic, it's basically like, anybody who has a different way of thinking that's not how other people would think, that's demonic, and we just consider it evil. So again, of not knowing yourself. So because like, are you African American? Okay, we're being African Americans, we really not knowing our history or
Yeah.
shit about ourselves. So really not knowing anything about ourselves.
Uh-huh.
So when we get into different practices of trying
Yeah.
to get connected back to who we are or
Uh-huh.
where the fuck we come from,
Yeah.
girl, you being demonic. How? But it's not as we
Yeah.
think it is. Like, it's
Yeah.
not evil like we have
I'm
been
glad-
taught
like
to
that's
think
crazy
that
because
is.
that's like kind of what I'm going through, like the whole like demons.
Mm-hmm.
Like my next photograph, I mean these kind of are like kind of embracing demons for real. Like not I don't like I just don't want people to think like I'm evil or
Yeah, girl,
this
you
is
ain't
evil.
evil. This is for my ladies. And let me tell you ladies again, it's the balancing act.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a balancing act. And in order for you to really come into who you are and knowing you, you have to face those demons.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah. So
yeah.
this next photo it's like sexy demonic.
So is that you or are you finding people for it?
No, so I did find somebody for that.
Okay.
The last couple photographs, so I'm basically taking my self-portrait ideas and I'm photographing other people in it.
Ah.
But I kind of, so this last photograph I was supposed to get somebody else in. It didn't quite work out that way, and I was wondering, like, maybe it didn't work out because I do need to get back into
because maybe you might need to do it.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you can get other people to portray your vision and your idea, but nobody can ever really do it like you.
Yeah.
Kind of like when our parents like, I should just did it. If you want it done right, do it yourself.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And then it's like I'm also carrying their energy with the art or the photograph. So
that's a big thing.
yeah,
that's a very big thing.
Yeah,
absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. I definitely got through all my questions. I do feel like I know you a little bit more and understand who you are, and I hope that everybody that is listening can definitely understand and appreciate who you are as a woman and as an artist and just the whole respect thing. So go ahead and just shout out how people can reach you and contact you for whatever their needs are. Like just go ahead and put out everything that it is that you are able to do and that you're able to produce for somebody.
Okay, so everything I do is photography, graphic design, creative direction, video treatments. If you need music videos, I do the treatments for those, and that falls under creative direction. But also what falls under creative direction is like concept development.
Okay.
So if you do need, like if you are doing a project and you need somebody to handle, or you need ideas or the concepts, I do that. I help with marketing. I do web development. So if you need websites, I do that.
Girl, I need to hit you up.
Yes, all of this is on my website. So I have all of this listed. I have my prices up there. And my website is Ollie Art with 2 T's or ALLIARTT.com.
Okay.
My social media is also, my graphic page is Ollie Art as well. ALLIARTT. And then my photography page is Ollie Art 757, and that's just with 1 T. So Ollie ART 757.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I definitely appreciate it. I want to definitely invite you to come back.
Yes.
Whenever you want, whatever you have going on, whatever it is that you want to talk about and discuss, any projects, or even if you just like, you know what, girl, I'm feeling some type of way and I need to just get this message out because, again, this is for my ladies. And we are all working through something. Nobody is, how I tell people, nobody is better than anybody. We are all like simultaneously fighting some of the similar things. And it's just up to us to create a space, for women to come and just, again, be free and be themselves and just really just tell what it is and how they're feeling. So thank you so much for coming on, y'all. Thank you.
I done gained some inspiration.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And I've definitely gained inspiration because I definitely want to reach out, to you and, utilize your services because, again, I be having ideas and all of that stuff or whatever. And I'm like, who can? And then I see you levitating and with the bees and looking like you about to jump from the 4th story window. So, yes. So, y'all, It's Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies. Make sure y'all check out Desire Dance tonight. 757 Dance Studios, 176 South Rosemont Road. Make sure you visit Ali Art, ALLIART 757 or ALLIARTT for anything that you need, okay? Ladies, we're about this business this year, okay?
Yes.
2019, we are about it. And I'm going to make sure that I continue to bring women up here that can help you out, that can reach your goals. And again, ain't nothing for free, so get your coins up, okay, ladies? All right. Which I need to be getting my coins up too. So I'm pretty. But yes, so all right, y'all. It's Tisha the Diva, and this is Miss Ollie, and we are out.